We got us a Walking Liberty Ender. My first find since I come over to bottom feed with Scott. Looks like we got us a big old dandy button. Let's see what we have. Oh yeah. Got us a Benji. Thinking we got some silver here. Oh no, it's not. We have us a Walker. We got us a cat bust. I can't make out a year or anything yet. That is awesome. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Rick from Hunting Southwest Ohio. We are back finally for a nickel hunt. Took these all the way up to Michigan with me and never ended up getting to hunt them. So I brought them back home. I'm going to get into them now. This will be a 2-box, $200 hunt. We'll be looking for war nickels, errors, varieties, proofs, foreigns, or anything else cool we can find. So I will bring you back in when we hit that first find. Roll number 1 on the board early with our first find. And we have a 1940 out of Philly. Roll 2 and we have our second 40s find. We have a 1947 out of San Francisco. 47S, we'll take that. Roll number 3 and we have our first 50s find to the box. We have a 1958 out of Denver. Roll 4, and we have our second 50s find. We have a 1954 out of Denver. Roll 6, and it looks like we have a couple more finds. I have a 1959 out of Denver. And this here looks like an older one probably. And it is. We have another 1954. Also out of Denver. Roll 8. And we have 40s nickel number 3 of the hunt. And it is a 1941 out of Philly. Roll 10. And we have our fourth 40s nickel of box 1. It is another 1941 out of Denver, I believe. Alright. Roll 11. And another 1941. Third of the hunt, and this will be the fifth 40s nickel of box 1, 1941 out of Philly. Roll 12, and we have our fifth 50s nickel. It is a 1953 out of Denver. Roll 13, and we have got 50s nickel number 6. We have a 1958 out of Philly. Roll 14, and we got a pretty nice looking 1959. Pretty nice shape. It is out of Philly. So that is 50s nickel number 7. We'll take it. Roll 15. And we have 40s nickel number 6. We have another 1947. And this is out of Philly. Roll 16. And we have another 50s nickel. This will be number 8 of box 1. And we have a 57 out of Philly. Roll 26. Things have slowed down quite a bit. We did get another 40s nickel though. This will be number 7 of box 1. And we have a 1942 out of Philly. Roll 28. Last coin. Another 50s coin. And it is number 9 of the hunt. 59 out of Denver. Roll 30. And we have our 8th 40s nickels of the hunt. And it is another 1941, 4th of the hunt. And this one is, I believe that's out of Denver. Let's just check quick. Having a hard time seeing that one. No, it is S, 41S. All right, see you on the next find. Roll 31, and we have got 50s nickel number 10, I believe it is, and it is a 1954 out of Philly. Roll 35, and it's only a 50s, but she is in pretty nice shape, and it's a 1958, and it is out of Philly. Pretty nice one. Same roll, and we have got us a 1940, second one of the hunt, and it is 1940D. Roll 38, and we we've got another 1941. This will be 40s nickel number 10 of the hunt. Come on, focus for me. There we go. 1941 out of Denver. Roll 39. And we have 40s nickel number 11. It is a 1948. It is a 48S. It's an ugly one, but it is a semi-key date. So we have a semi-key date in the box. We'll see you on the next find. Roll 40. And we have another 40s nickel. It's 1940s nickel number 12 of the hunt. And this is a 1946 out of Philly. Roll 43, and we finally have scored our first foreign of the hunt. It is a Canadian, and it is a 1983. Same roll, and we have another 50s nickel. We have a 1953. Come on, quit focusing here. 1953. Out of Denver. Alright, box 1 is hunted. We got through all 50 rolls. Did pick up a second Canadian. A few rolls back, and it is a 1990. So that'll be 2 for the hunt. We ended up with 12 in the 40s, 12 in the 50s. So we were good on the amount of finds. Unfortunately, no buffaloes, no silver in that first box. So we're going to go ahead, get into box number 2. See if we can score some silver, buffaloes, proofs, or anything else cool. Alright, we have box 2 here ready to go, and I will be back with the first find. Alright, first find of box number 2. And we have us a 1956 out of Denver. Roll 10. It's been a slow box. Finally have find number 2 of this box, and it is a 1959 out of Denver. Same roll, and we have find number 2, and we have a 1940 rough shape out of Philly. And still the same roll, a 1959 out of Denver. Roll 11, and we have our second 40s nickel of box 2, and it is another 1940, also out of Philly. Roll 14, and we have 50s nickel number 4 of box 2, and it is a 1954 out of Denver. Roll 16 of box 2, and I think we finally have our first silver. And this one right here, I believe, has the right look. And it is 1943 out of Philly. There is a couple errors with this. I'm going to go ahead and check those. Find anything, bring it back in. Same roll, and we have another 50s nickel, number 5 of box 2. And it is a 1958 out of Denver. Roll 18, and we have another 50s nickel, number 6 of box 2. And it is out of Denver. Third 40s nickel out of box 2, and roll a 19. And we have a 1946 out of Denver. Roll 23, and we have got a 1940. Pretty nice one, actually. Pretty decent shape for being 71 years old. And it is out of Philly. Roll 25, and another 50s nickel. We have another 1959 out of Denver. Roll 26, we have another 50s nickel. And this one is a 1957 out of Philly. Alright, we have 50s nickel number 9 of box 2. And it is a 57 out of Denver. Roll 36, and we have our 5th 40s nickel in box 2. And it is a 1948 out of Philly. Roll 39, and we have 50s nickel number 10. Maybe it's 11. It's a 1953 out of Philly. Alright, another 50s nickel. Another 57 out of Denver. 50s nickel number 12 roll 40. And there's another 57 out of Denver. Roll 43, and we have another 50s nickel. We have a 1954 out of Denver. And they did pick up another 57, didn't bring in 4 because it's the 5th one of box 2. See you on the next find. Roll 44. And I just didn't bring in for this last roll. We had another 58. And that was out of Denver. But the reason I bring you in for this roll, we have our first 30s of the box. We have a 1939. And the question is, are we lucky enough for mint mark? We are not. Let's go ahead and check it for the doubling. And I have not seen it on the Monticello or 5 cents. So we will see you on the next find. Same roll, and it is ugly. But it is 40s nickel number 6 of the hunt. It is a 1942. It appears out of Philly. Roll 46, and we have 50s nickel number 6. And it is a 1946 out of Philly. Roll 47. And apparently I missed it. We had a silver ender in this roll. It is a 1945 out of Philly. That is awesome. It just didn't look like it from the front, but I'm usually looking at the edges, not the front, when I find these. So awesome. Silver number 2 of the box. We'll take that. Same roll as that war nickel. And we have us a 1949. S would be a semi-key. And it will be out of Philly. Alright, we have finished box 2 of this 2-box nickel hunt. And it turned out to be a pretty good one. We got a good amount of finds. We did score us a semi-key date, a couple silvers. We'll go over wrap-up real quick, see what we have. We do have a couple Canadians. We had a 1990 and a 1983. Those were both out of the first box, if I remember correctly. 40s here are the upper row. In box 2, or box 1, I'm sorry, we had 13 in the 40s. Upper ones here are also, these ones here, are 50s from box 1, and we had 12. And box 2 is the lower rolls here. Box 2 had 10 in the 40s, 16 in the 50s. Did get a few fairly nice ones. I'll try to upgrade some spots in my album with. So looking forward to getting those. Check and see if we can fill a spot or upgrade. I don't have many spots left to fill in the set I'm working on. We did get a semi-key date. It's in pretty rough shape, 1948S. But we did get one, so I'm happy about that. And we scored 2 silvers in box number 2. We got a 1943 Philly, and we got a 1945 Philly. So all in all, little silver. Semi-key date, as rough as it is. Maybe a few upgraders for the album. And many more 40s and 50s to add to my collection. I keep everything from 59 down. So happy to have them. All in all, great hunt. Appreciate everybody coming along. Remember to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. And we will see you on the next hunt.
I can see the sweet sun